Yo.
Hello, internets.
Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, yeah. It's Valentine's Day. Drink the Kool-Aid.
I like how you incorporated the Kool-Aid Man into Valentine's Day.
You got to work with what you got, You got to work with what you got. But seriously, happy Valentine's Day. It's real interesting. In my marketing life, I'm friends with lots of different types of people from all sorts of different backgrounds, all sorts of different ethnicities, wide variety of political beliefs. Like in the marketing crew is not exclusively conservative, though, interestingly, most of the marketing folks who end up making the most money usually end up leaning conservative by the time they're making tons and tons of cash. It's interesting how that changes. But political views aside, everything else, Valentine's Day is an interesting holiday because it's a corporate holiday, right? I mean, it's a drugstore holiday, you go and you buy all the decorations and you get all the candy and you buy it's an excuse to buy a bunch of stuff, right? And I like it. I dig it. I'm into the idea of creating an event and making it a big deal and having everybody be part of it. But so many of my more liberal friends are like, they are not about the corporate holidays and they are adamant about it. And so I don't know. So first of all, I got a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day gift. I'd like to say I got this great Valentine's Day box in the mail today. And apparently Funko Pops, you guys know I collect mascot Funko Pops. Oh, Colonel Sanders, for example. He's like a mascot, but he's also a spokesperson. But he's not alive anymore, so that makes him kind of immortal, which hard to say. I think he's a mascot, though. But these guys, apparently, Funko doesn't have a Cupid, and so my wonderful, amazing, fantastic girlfriend Sarah sent me these, and there's Valentine's Day Thor. And this is either Black Widow or I really can't tell who it is. It doesn't say on the box. It's one of the female Avengers. It could be Wasp, but there aren't any wings. And it's funny that it just doesn't say. And then we got, of course, Doctor Strange and Valentine's Day Sweet Hulk. Oh, so loving, so caring. And so I'm happy that these exist. I think it's great. And it's a wonderful Valentine's Day gift. So I'm very thankful for, apparently, I guess I'm thankful for the corporate holidays, even if people hate them. I think they're kind of cool. I think a good reason to celebrate the things that we love and get together with people that we care about and be happy about it is a really good thing. I actually wish we had more of that, or I wish I had more of that in my life. What about you, Brian? What are your feelings on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it's funny.
This is unintentional. I'm even drinking a pink glass of water. I'm feeling a little dehydrated, so I put some raspberry emergency in here for some electrolytes, and I'm drinking Valentine's Day water. Sorry, Brian. Over to you.
I'm wearing a Rocky shirt that's red, and my watch band is red, but it's just a coincidence that today's Valentine's Day, and that's red. Sure. It's funny you mentioned that because I was in the shower this morning because I know everybody watching wants to hear about what happens. What happens in the shower?
You're talking about being in the shower now.
I was actually thinking, I'm like, oh, Valentine's Day. What a great way for them, whoever they are, to create some type of event to have all the masses move their money and build more wealth for them. But as you said, it is a nice holiday. I know it makes a lot of people happy, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to buy like cheesy Valentine's Day cardboard cutouts for your mantle if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. You know, I mean, I don't know. I think it's good. I now have these are my only Valentine's Day love themed Funko Pop superheroes. They're the only ones that I have, and they're wonderful. They're great.
You should do
So,
after your live stream is do a Google for Chewbacca Funko Valentine's Day. That is a cool looking piece.
oh, you're familiar with this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're funny.
Funny. Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, I think there's a subject above my head here. I'm reading. It says how to truly love your customers, clients, business, and marketing. What an appropriate topic for Valentine's Day.
It is. It is. And so this is a deep topic to talk about, right? So look, if you guys don't know me, my name's Telvin Knudsen. This is Brian Edmondson, and I've been an email marketer for 20 years. This is my 20th year anniversary in email. Like my entire adult career, basically. You know what I mean? Like I'm 46. I had a bunch of businesses that I tried and failed at ultimately before I became good at email and learned about how all this whole world works, the whole email marketing list building world. But in that time, like almost every single day, every single day for 20 years, someone has received a marketing email from me for 20 years. Okay? At least one person, often many, many, many more. Often hundreds of thousands of people have received at least one email a day, sometimes millions of people. And during that time, one thing that we stumbled upon, and it took over a decade, okay? It took over a decade of practicing creative email marketing that sells for us at Overcome Everything to come up with this or realize this thing that love letters are the key to connection. And as crass as it might sound, it's also the key to wealth and prosperity. Love is where it all comes from. And so when email or not email, like email is a medium for communication. Okay. Writing a letter and sending it in the mail is a medium for communication. Getting on the phone and having a phone conversation, doing a live stream like Brian and I are doing now, making a sales letter or a sales video, doing a podcast. These are all just mediums for a message. And when what your message is an honest and genuine expression of appreciation, caring, and love for the person that you're writing to, it means more to them when they read it, shockingly enough, right? And so over time, we discovered that these magical love letters that come in the form of email have often been our longest emails and have often been they're the kind of emails when you read them, you get a chill up and down your spine because you really feel the emotion that strongly. You're there. And they do ultimately promote and sell something. Like I don't want to pretend that these are not sales emails. These are emails that make money, but they are also emails that matter that come from the heart and that are caring. And so one of the biggest challenges that I've had talking about marketing with my creative friends, most of my personal friends are artists and writers, and they hate marketing, right? I talk to them about marketing and I see them sneer at me. They're like, when you say the word marketing, or my friends get pissed at me because I have a free Spotify account because I like listening to the ads, and I pay attention to the ads that play for months on Spotify, and I'm looking for what's working in the advertising world, for example. And so like I'm in love with the marketing. And when you write a love letter to your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your children, your grandparents, someone who's passed, right? When you write a deep, heartfelt, meaningful love letter to these people, like, how valuable is that piece of paper that you've just written? It's like, it means everything, right? And you send it in the mail and off it goes. Well, guess what? You can do that with an email too. You can do it with your podcasts too. And you can do it with the video. You can do it with everything, but it's coming from a very different place than when you're just trying to sell stuff and take stuff from people. It's a different thing. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. What do you think about that, Brian? I've been monologuing a lot on Valentine's Day.
Sounds exciting.
Hey, Rick Burdo, man, this guy, so great. So Rick Burdo was one of our star students back in the day. He decided to do this is before YouTube. This is before streaming video. This is before webinars. I mean, technically, Nitro was doing webcasts, so technically webinars existed, but they were the only people in the world who could do it. And we taught people how to do virtual summits and build their email list and build instant credibility through virtual summits by doing a teleseminar series on the phone and recording those calls and having people attend the calls. And Rick did a disabled veterans teleseminar series, and that was probably in like 2007, I'm guessing, something in that vein. And Rick is still studying and working on email marketing, and is still an entrepreneur and is still going after it. And so it's so cool to and has an awesome mustache, just like next level. So really great to see you, Rick, and it's awesome to always have you here and be so supportive. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you, Rick.
But let me just give that an example, right? Like, you want to talk about loving your subscribers and you want to talk about loving your people. I want you to think about what it would be like to be a disabled veteran yourself and how difficult that would be, whatever that means, right? There are a million different ways to be disabled, and it's challenging, it's difficult, it's heart-wrenching, and like, to go ahead and create something for people that are just like you and who have suffered and been challenged in ways that are very similar to the way you have, and for you to go ahead and put your heart and soul into creating a list and an event and an experience to help them live better lives, that, my friends, is an act of love. All right, that's love in your marketing. Rick, you're and I didn't know Rick was going to be here today, right? And so that's an example of what I'm talking about. It's not about the email. It's not about the squeeze page, but it is, right? Is how can you care about your people so much that you are selling them things, and you are running a business, and you're hopefully running an exceptionally profitable and prosperous business, but you're doing it from a place of serving people. And Jay Abraham often will talk about this with the strategy of preeminence, right? And simply caring about your people, knowing so much about them that it is your job as their leader, as their guide, as their mentor, as a person other than a direct family member that cares about them probably more than anybody else in the world. right? And that is your part in their life. And when you come from that position, everything resonates so much more with people, right? It's just so good. So one thing that we discovered, one tactical way of applying this strategy is actually by writing a love letter to your list, right? And telling the people on your list why you care about them, how much they mean to you. Let them know that if there's ever anything that that you can do or help them out, to call on you, right? Like, do you think that they're going to open your emails after that? Yes. Right. It's so people are often afraid to connect in this kind of way with their subscribers or with their customers, because when you're composing this kind of stuff, I hesitate. I feel nervous. Like even talking about this stuff right now, like my hands are a little cold and tingly. I can feel my heart beating a little bit faster, just so openly talking about something like love and caring for your people. And so, yeah, what do you think, Brian?
Yes, something I'll just say is, and I'm not going to call out any particular industries or anything, because I think it's all unique to who you are and it's all relative to the market you're serving. But I do know a lot of people that I talk to who really, even though they're making a lot of money, they're not happy with what they're doing. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they don't really love their market. They don't love what they're doing. Maybe it's because they don't feel like they have a greater mission or a purpose that they're serving. But I think, kind of just going along the lines of what you've been saying this whole time, Talman, if you really love your customer or love the market that you're in, or feel that you're creating some type of value that's really helping people make their lives better, no matter what it is, no matter how small or simple it might be, or no matter how big it is, I think that's a really important component. One thing I will say is, if you dislike your market, if you resent them,
you're done.
Think about it. No matter how much money you're making currently, that's probably not going to be sustainable. So I would not recommend doing that.
I've gone into a couple of markets where I ended up really not liking the people, and yeah, it didn't end well, right? It's so let me give you an example of this, because this is really hit home for me yesterday. So I was doing a email strategy call with somebody, and this individual had was in their 60s and had not done any type of an online business before, had a full-time job, and on the side, for their entire life, had been doing home building and remodeling kind of stuff, all custom work kind of a situation. And this individual wanted to know about the opportunity that I was offering. And I said, look, I don't really offer opportunities, right? This isn't a business in a box. I'm not telling you what to sell. I teach people skills that they use in order to do their life's work. And the line was kind of silent for a little while, and we talked it through. And it turns out that his life's work really is remodeling homes and making things for the home and the kitchen that are stunningly beautiful and exceptionally functional, like really beautiful, amazing stuff. And so I said, look, stop chasing opportunities. Don't keep looking at the next network marketing opportunity. Stop looking at silly little biz op things to make easy money with no work, because we all know it's going to take a ton of work, Okay. So instead, focus on something you actually care so much about, you do it whether or not there was any money there. I said, start a YouTube channel of you making something beautiful and do a video every day. Start there. Then sell your hammers. They're an affiliate program or something, or teach, do an online class where you charge people to build a beautiful table in 6 weeks, right? Whatever. And he just said, my gosh, no one has ever told me anything like that before. No one has ever just said, actually create something based on what's already meaningful to you and already, so that's another way of really focusing on how do you love your marketing and your business? Well, you start making your business something that you love, right? Make it something that you really, really dig. And so when you're able to do that, it is so much, you are able to work at 10, that you can do the job of 10 people, okay? When you are super passionate, super energized, super fired up, all systems go, your head is going in the right direction. And even when you're not working, the back of your brain is processing and thinking through how you can make everything work better because you love it so much. That is the ideal place to be. And so I strongly encourage you to choose a market and or product and or way of expressing yourself and connecting with your people. The more of those things that you already are into and that you like and you want to be part of your life, the better it will be for you to create the business of your dreams. And you'll actually love what you're creating. It's so much easier, by the way, when you love what you're doing. It is so much easier to endure failure, to endure screw ups, to endure working really hard at something, spending thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours on something and have it all blow up in your face because you realize you've improved your skills, you've learned something, and you enjoyed the process of creating it, even if it didn't work out the way you intended. Which, ladies and gentlemen, if you're an entrepreneur, that's about 80% of the rest of your life is things blowing up in your face. So enjoy that part. What do you think, Brian?
I think, look at that.
Aw, happy Valentine's Day.
I could never draw a perfectly symmetrical heart.
Dude, my hearts are a horror. Like I was signing Valentine's Day cards to my kids this morning, and I'm so bad at drawing hearts.
By the way, Telman, and this might be my next TikTok video, that's the subject line of the day. My hearts are a horror.
That's a good one. You can credit me for that one.
That's right.
That's right. Awesome. Guys, do you have any questions about marketing, anything we're talking about right now, or anything as it applies to you? If you have questions about email marketing, list building, how to use love in your marketing, how to start loving your marketing instead of hating your marketing, it's so interesting, right? Like if you when you love what you're doing and you believe in what you're selling, whatever that happens to be, it's so much easier to be yourself because you can kind of talk about anything and bring it back to what you're selling or what you're promoting because you're not blowing smoke, you're not pretending, you're not trying to con anybody. You're just like, look, the reality is I've been an email marketer for 20 years. Every dime I've earned in the last 20 years has come from email marketing. Email lists that I've built and sent email to, or email lists that we were hired to write and send email to. All of it, the vast majority has come from me sending my own list or our company sending to our own list that we built ourselves. And it has given me enormous leverage. When you have the ability to write an email and reach one person with that email, you make a little bit of money. When you send that same email out to 10 people, you make 10 times more money, right? And when you go from 10 times more and you go to 100 people, 1,000 people, right? 100,000 people, whatever. The point is, as your list grows, your ability to have leverage and make way more money for the time that you're spending working on your business increases. That's where the leverage comes from. And that is your ticket to freedom. Okay, that's the tipping point. When you're able to send out an email, you write half an hour, press the send button, it goes out, and you make thousands of dollars. Okay, boom. You've just changed your life, right? That's what we're going for. And when you love your subscribers, when you love your topics, when you love your products, when you love the mediums that you're utilizing in order to connect with and communicate with and help and inspire your people, you're no longer just a teacher of homesteading, okay, or whatever your thing is. You're no longer just an internet lawyer, right? Now you're no longer just a email marketing guru. You're no longer a hypnotist. You're no longer a fitness guru or weight loss expert. What you are now is you are a leader of humanity. Okay, okay, you're the leader of a tribe. You are the go-to expert and keeper of all knowledge and wisdom for this group of people that they know you, they like you, they trust you, and they believe in you, right? And so when this happens, you now have a extremely powerful connection with your people and an extremely powerful connection with your business. So all of that internal resistance to marketing goes away because you realize that marketing is the way you connect with more people and the way you help more people, right? So the problem is a lot of people get this wrong because if you don't love your market and you don't love the product that you're selling or the service that you're selling, and you don't love whatever you have to do to fulfill on that product or service, and you don't love the mediums that you're using to communicate or connect with the people, basically you're just doing it for money and nobody gives a crap. You don't give a crap, they don't give a crap. You're just trying to suck money out of other people. And that, like, how cool is that? That's not cool, right? So this is the idea. If you have enjoyed today's live stream, if you love today's live stream, definitely let us know and share the video. If you guys have any questions about marketing, ask them in the comments below. And if you would like a Valentine's Day gift of love, I would happily give you one. So here is, we're going to give you our astounding, astonishing, and amazing list building love interview triple pack. 3 separate awesome interviews that I was interviewed for by Dan Sullivan of Strategic Coach, Dean Jackson and Joe Polish of I Love Marketing, and Ben Settle of Ben Settle. I will give you the triple pack if you type the word love list building. Type love list building into the comments and shoot me a private message, and I will give you a link to where you can go and get the awesome interview triple pack and learn more about list building. Enjoy. Commercial concluded. Brian, what do you have to say about all that?
I love it.
Love it so much. Do you have any Valentine's Day traditions?
I can't say I do. A lot of times it's, oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. That might be my tradition. Usually the day before Valentine's Day, I officially recognize, oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
That's good.
Is today yeah, that's right. Today is Valentine's
Day. Today is in fact Valentine's Day. That is why we are doing this topic today, Brian. Yes. I got my kids some Valentine's Day cards and some cool stickers. And then I got them each, my my daughter is younger, my son is older. I got them each a different copy of Atlas Obscura. And so I don't know if you guys know Atlas Obscura, but it's a awesome podcast, website. It's an app that you can look up strange, unusual, bizarre, and curious places all around the world, and probably not too far from where you live. And so I got them each a book, and to explore some of the strangest, most unusual, and interesting places in the world. Hopefully, inspire them to go on some crazy trips somewhere. And then I got my daughter a nice single red rose. It's very sweet.
Lovely.
And little did I know, we were at the store the other day, and there's this like box of chocolates, like with a nice like wooden heart-shaped box, and she's like, "That looks really nice. Can I have that?" And I was like, "Okay," and like that's fine. But I didn't look at the price tag until this morning. It was $44 box of chocolate. I mean, with the really good chocolates, but still, at the grocery store, that's a specialty box. Anyway, it was serious. It was serious. Cool. I feel like it's time to end our broadcast.
It may be.
Great.
It might be time to say goodbye.
Sometimes it's just time to say goodbye. So, guys, thank you for joining us on this wonderful Valentine's Day. We hope you have a spectacular Valentine's Day, and I strongly recommend that you put more love into your marketing, your subscribers, your customers, the medium in which you communicate with them. It really, really will. Not only will you make more money, but you will have a deeper connection between you, all of the aspects of your business, and all of the people that come into contact with it. And that is awesome. And that's one of the things that like really separate out the ultra successful businesses that stand the test of time from the ones that just kind of come and go, is whether they have that long-term care and staying power for what they're doing, so use that as much as you can. Highly recommended.
I have a final thought.
All right. I think it's time for the final thought.
Final thought?
Yeah.
I love you.
It's probably the single most powerful subject line. I highly recommend that you send it out and see what happens. That's right. All right, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Thanks, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.